Hey guys, so I'm reviewing another character called Insane Rhyme by Usagimo. I hope I pronounced that right. I apologize if I don't. Um, the character has already changed so much, so I'm gonna try to be nice here with this. So, we'll start with basic information. So her pasta name is Insane Rhyme. Her actual name is Rhyme Song. The name just sounds... First off, does she have a middle name? And, is Song actual last name? I wouldn't doubt that it is, but just make sure you use a real last name in case it is. Her nickname is Rye. Her date of birth is February 20th. We don't know the year. Include the year. She's 16. Be a little careful with 16-year-olds. Currently living anywhere that she feels she will be safe. Is there any specific part of the world this is in that helps make it feel more realistic and put a lot more to your character if you give a region that she lives in? This shouldn't be long, there isn't much more about her. Her family, so her mother sent Rhyme to an orphanage and has never been heard of since, so we don't know what's wrong with her. We know the father died when she was still a baby, and her brother died because of a gang. I want a little more in that. I hope it's not put in there just like a shock, like there to shock and give an excuse for what happened to her. I also want to point out the insane thing. Be careful with that, because insanity is now only used in the court of law to describe someone who does not know right from wrong, and when they commit murder, they don't realize they're doing something that's wrong, even in their eyes or in the eyes of anyone else. Physical features, so she's 4'9", 43 kilograms. Oh, great. I have to put that in pounds because... So that's 94.7 pounds. I've known people taller than that weigh less than that, so I guess that's okay. Just realize she wouldn't be very strong, so don't have her overpower people that are a lot stronger than her. She should be more, she should be more about skills, probably with such a low weight, speed as well, than she would be with strength and overpowering. She sometimes has scars on her legs or feet for only walking in leggings and a dress. That wouldn't be scars, just scratches. You're not gonna get scars from that. And leggings can actually protect your legs decently. If you're going somewhere that's cutting through leggings, there's a good chance it would cut through jeans too, because that's usually how the thorns are. In places where you walk around with thorns, they're either really small, barely gonna nick you. If you have anything covering you, you're fine. And then there's ones where it's like giant, you're gonna cut through jeans and hurt really bad. Her physical strengths, all of these aren't physical. Some of them are more mental, such as creative. To be honest, yet tactful, unless they really deserve a good punch of brutal honesty. Which I'm guessing is you skate around the truth. She states the truth, but she skates around it and isn't. This also seems a bit of her personality, too. She's calm and collected unless you really break into her. That isn't always a strength, but it can be a very good one. Again, these aren't physical at all. You want to give more physical weaknesses, like her lack of strength and her size. Those are weaknesses. She could easily be overpowered with those. I mean, it can also be a strength. So you're going to have some weaknesses that are going to be strengths, but again, these aren't physical, what I'm seeing. So she's shy. Okay? That isn't even a weakness. That isn't even automatically a weakness. I am shy. I have like everything anxiety, I swear. It's not a weakness. Forgetful at remembering people. She forgets. This makes sense with some things, but again, not a physical weakness. Forgetting people. Does it really matter if she's killing people, or like I guess it could be a weakness if they spotted her and can point her out to the cops. She can be unsociable. That's not a weakness. That's not a weakness at all. And then can be hard on herself. That's not a weakness either. That can make you stronger. Creativity arrives from being unsociable. Do you mean like an introvert where they don't want to be a center of attention? That's not a weakness. As an introvert, I am offended that you would think that's a weakness. It's not a weakness. And again, these aren't physical. You want to put more physical. You want to put more things in there because we really get no sense of what her strengths and weaknesses are. This is more of personality traits. So with people she doesn't. So for her personality, with people she doesn't know, she's shy, quiet, unsociable, acts like not listening, but is. So she's observant. She's observant rather than interactive. Shy, quiet. Most people are like that, you know. Again, you might want to add a bit more to her personality. With people she knows and cares about, she's sweet, shows a little of her feelings, still a little shy, can still be quiet. Again, more of an observer than taking part. This is not a big portion of her personality, and you may want to add some twisted things in there. You don't want to. The personality's a bit flat. You might want to develop that a bit more. Yeah, definitely develop that. Also, give a little twistedness to it, or it makes no sense on why she kills. She likes her dice, puzzles. So we get the sense of intelligence too. We want something like that. Maybe something happened that gave her a lack of mental stimuli and now she's obsessed with having it. Sweets, music, animals, secretly stuffed animals. She's this really cute person that turns out to be monstrous. You could play on that so well. It could be one of her things, tricking people. But again, you might add to her because she's kind of flat, general person. This could be a base description and not the full thing. She dislikes bullies, loud places. Most people just like bullies and loud places. Secretly doesn't like to be alone. A lot of people don't like to be alone. Actually, it's against human nature to like to be alone. We do not like to be alone. We fear being alone. Not always rarely at the point of a phobia, but we fear being alone, so that's pretty normal. And doctors. So, I think she's still working on the backstory, but Ryan's mother sent her to an orphanage because of her albinism. I doubt your mother would send you to an orphanage. I guess if she's highly religious and thinks you're a demon, or there's something in her life something else had to influence her to hate her because she's albino. She grew staying alone, playing with her dice that her brother gave her before he died. I would a little more on that, a little more about the dice, because I was also told that's used to help her pick out how she kills. Do a little bit more with that. And how did she get hold of a pistol? Everyone thought she was insane because she would talk to her imaginary friends all the time instead of other kids. That doesn't make you insane. I did that all the way through middle school. That doesn't make you insane. You are insane if you can't question. That doesn't even make you insane. Insane isn't used anymore. It is only used in a court of law. I can see why they might think she's schizophrenic, but that's only if she's unable to question if her imaginary friends are real or not. Otherwise, she's just plain weird, or maybe has a social disorder that she should be taken to get checked, so I would include that in there. If she stuck with them too long. And then again, she might just be weird. Like, I was a weirdo. I had imaginary friends all the way through middle school. But I have a fear of being alone and stuff, so. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I realize how weird that made me sound. She was scared that one day the doctors that came to visit will try to hurt her instead of helping her. That makes no sense. There has to be some reason. If she's been dealing them for years, she has to have a reason. And what is with the sudden arrival of doctors? There were no doctors before this. You have the daycare, you have the orphanage people who care for her, but there was no mention of doctors before, and we have no clue why they're doing that. So, give more on that. Explain the doctors. Explain why she's scared of them. How did she kill the doctor? How? Was the doctor alone? How did she get hold of a pistol? She couldn't have gotten hold of a pistol in an orphanage. So how did she kill that doctor? She's clearly not overpowering him. Unless you plan on sticking to that experiment thing we talked about earlier, there's no way she'll overpower him. If she is an experiment thing, give a little on that. Give it a lot on that, actually. That's going to be really important. And then she became friends with the mysterious girl that helped her out. Who is the mysterious girl? You cannot hide it forever. You have to tell us who the mysterious girl is. Give a little bit more on her. Give a hint to who she is. Please do not use another creepypasta. You do that. The only time I think it is acceptable to use another creepypasta in an origin story is if that person is a proxy to that other creepypasta, and make sure it makes sense that the creature has and wants that character as a proxy. And as we talked before, this character can be pretty interesting if you stick with that experiment thing and does not need to be a proxy. So tell more about the mysterious, give hints, give clues. Actually, if someone planned out to be the mysterious girl, why did she help her out? That information will be needed at some point, and your character sheet is the best place to put it. How she kills. She figures out who she wants to kill with her dice. How does that work? How does that plan? How does that tell her? What's her motive? I want a motive behind this too. With her dice, then shoots the person with her pistol. How does she get hold of the pistol? Where does she shoot them? Does she shoot them in the head to make it quick, in the chest to make it quick? Does she aim for the stomach and abdomen so they take a while to die? Does she aim for the spinal cord? Maybe she only wants to injure instead of kill some people. More information on that. Maybe the dice could help with that too. Saying, got it memorized. So she says it to herself so she won't forget her victims. Play with her memory thing. She can't, maybe there is something wrong with her memory and the kills help guide her memory. Play with that, because that's clearly important. You have the memory seems important with this saying, the fact you pointed out. She can't remember people. Play with that. Definitely make the memory important. Maybe it's not, maybe the rhyming has something to do with her memory. Like, her name is Insane Rhyme, and she names herself. Please find a more creative way to do it. Don't just have her name herself. So many people just have them name themselves. And then there's the issue that she suddenly gets angry. You need a reason for that. You definitely want to develop her because she's a bit flat personality-wise, and strength and weaknesses. You're not going to see much for interaction with people through this, I guess. I mean, with the other orphans, but I want to know more about that, so please do a more detailed story when you actually get that out. Again, play with the memory. Maybe the memory is an important thing. Maybe the dice help with her memory. Maybe she realizes killing is a way to give a timeline in her mind, and that maybe she accidentally kills the doctor in fear because they actually were doing something. And then in that, killings keep her head on a timeline, so every time something important happened, she has to kill, so that way she actually has a pattern, and the dice are just used to pick because she has no real sense of target. That would be really creative. Why the reason she keeps rhyme is because she says little rhymes to remember things. Maybe it's more than just people, but her memory. Play with her memory more, because that seems so important in here. I guess you can keep her name Insane Rhyme, but I keep saying with Insanity, it really bothers me that people do stuff like that, because Insanity is now only accepted in legal terms as someone who does not know the difference from right and wrong and does not know they're committing wrong in their eyes or anyone else's when committing a murder. So don't do that. So be careful with that. I guess you could keep the name Insane Rhyme, but you could change it to something else, maybe. But again, with that, and I'm glad she's not a proxy because she is pretty interesting on her own. I definitely want to see a lot more on her. I want to know if you're still doing the experiment thing, because that could still work if you really want. Just a lot more leniently, not like extreme constant experiments, but this thing that slowly happens over the years that she doesn't notice until this point where she finally kills someone. Again, don't use another creepypasta, but do give hints on who the mysterious girl is, and why she would want to help her. So yeah, I think that's it. She could be a really good character, and we don't get anything on her appearance, really. We know she wears a dress, but we don't know the color of the dress. Her hair is like, she's crazy, her hair is a bit wild, she has bangs, and her hair falls like just to her shoulders. She has really big eyes, but we don't know anything about her appearance other than that. I mean, it says she wears leggings, so we know that. We know she wears a dress, and she has some type of. She has a necklace. I think I don't know if that changed in design when she became no longer a proxy. But definitely add more to her appearance. 'Cause, oh, she's albino, white hair, pink eyes. Never mind. But add more like what's her dress look like, what do the leggings look like, what's her necklace. Ignore the other things about appearance. I don't know why that just slipped my mind for a moment. Does the albinism affect her health? It doesn't always do so. It does. Some people are perfectly healthy and they have albinism. I don't think it affects health. It's more pigmentation, but it might cause blindness. Or imperfect vision? What's her vision? Is something wrong with her vision? So look into that and its effects a bit more to see how that works too. Anyway, I think this character has a lot of potential and can be really good. It has a lot more work to go, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure she was just made. But good job so far. It's mostly just continuing to build her up. So good luck with that. Thank you for listening. Give me more characters to review and stories to review. I haven't done a single story on here yet. I think stories are probably better with written reviews, but I could try doing one on here. Anyway, that's all. Bye, guys.